See, we started with the chapter receivables management, and I told you there are two methods to value the investment in debtors. Okay, so method number one was when variable cost and fixed cost will be given, means both costs will be given, and method number two is only variable cost is given. So if both the cost will be given, then the average investment will be taken based on total cost. So the formula will be total cost into number of days upon total number of days in a year. So I will tell you here. Wait, that day I wrote here. See, total cost when variable cost and fixed cost both are available, then for average investment in debtors, you have to take total cost as base. So total cost into number of days of credit period means how many number of days you are giving for credit period and how many number of days are there in a year. So total number of days you can write here in a year. Okay. So this is the way you have to apply the formula of average investment in debtors. Now, when only variable cost will be given, then average investment data has to be considered according to sales. So total cost is not available with us because total cost means variable cost plus fixed cost. Now fixed cost is not there. So we will take sales. Sales into number of days of credit period upon total number of days in a year. So this was the formula of average investment in debtors in both the situations. Format is same. You have to start with sales, less variable cost, and then you'll get contribution, less fixed cost, you'll get profit. Now this will be my block A. Profit means my incomes. So incomes, out of incomes, you have to deduct expenses. So now you will start with expenses, means costs. Cost of extending credit are divided into three parts. First is percentage of opportunity cost will be given. So you need to convert that percentage into amount with the help of average investment in debtors. This was the formula of average investment in debtors. Okay, as per the situation. If variable cost and fixed cost will be given, the first formula will be applied. If second case is given, then second formula will be applied. Okay. Now, after that, we have bad dates. So bad dates will be given as percentage of sales. So whatever will be percentage, suppose 20 percentage, and sales is 20 lakhs. So 20 lakhs into 20%, it's simple. And last, credit collection and administration cost. It will be directly given in the question. So add all these three expenses, you will get total expenses, means total cost. And that will be my block B. So A, my incomes, and B, my expenses. A minus B, income minus expenses, will give you net benefit, means net profit. Okay. Have you understood the format?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, yeah, the same format is there if the only variable cost will be given. If only variable cost is given, then also you have to start from sales less variable cost and you get contribution. Since fixed cost is not given, so contribution will only be my profit. Because contribution is zero, so profit will be same naturally. Therefore, contribution will be my profit. It will be block A. Similarly, we have to calculate costs. Three different costs are divided here. Opportunity cost. Now, opportunity cost will be given as percentage. So you have to calculate this percentage on average investment. So what will be your average investment? Because variable cost is given and fixed cost is not given. So the second formula will be applied for calculation of average investment. So what will be the formula? Sales into number of days of credit period divided by total number of days in a year. Okay. So the whatever answer will be there, you have to apply percentage of opportunity cost here so as to get converted into amounts. Okay. Next is bad debts and credit collection and administration cost. Add all three expenses, you will get total cost. And that will be my block B, as in the case of type A. Okay, same as in the case of type A. Okay, so A block minus B block will give you net benefits, means net profit. And incremental net benefit means one after the other, what you see the difference. Like present policy, compare with its first option. Again, present policy, compare that with second option, and so on. Okay, so let us quickly begin now with the practical questions without wasting much time. See, second question. In order to increase sales from the normal level of 240 rupees 240 per annum, the marketing manager submits a proposal for liberalizing credit policy. Now they want to increase the sales. They want to increase their sales. Normal level is 240,000 rupees per annum, but now they want to increase. So if they want to increase, they will have to give their customers credit period which will be more than as compared to the present policy. Like if they are giving 1 month to the customers as the credit period, now they will have to give them like 2 months, like 3 months, so that customer are like at ease. Okay, liberalized policy means easy karna, to make easy for the customers to give in the installments, to pay to you in the installments. So that is known as liberal credit policy. Means for customers you have to make it easy. Okay, so normal sales is rupees 240. Normal credit period means present policy is 30 days, means 1 month. Okay, now proposed increase in credit period beyond normal days. Proposed increase in credit period means we are thinking to increase the credit period given to the customers. That if they are given only 1 month, then my customers are not delighted. My customers are not happy. They say there is only 1 month that is given to us for the payment, and there is a huge payment that I have to make. Suppose if a customer says, so he is not able to pay all the amount in just 1 month. Therefore, you are considering his problem and you are trying to give them some more number of days so that my customer becomes happy. So that becomes your liberal credit. For liberal means you are giving free of extra time to your customers. Liberal credit policy. Liberal means you are not too strict. You are very free. Okay, you are giving your customers a free period of time. Okay, so proposed increase in credit period beyond normal means 30 days will be there. Now extra 15 days will be given. First option. So 45 days. But the relevant increase over the normal sales should be rupees 12,000. Means normal sales is 2,40,000. But if you want to increase the sales of rupees 12,000 more, then you have to give 15 days extra credit period. 15 days extra means 30 days is already there. You have to give them extra 15 days. Means it becomes 15, 30 or 45. How many days it comes to after addition? Hmm? 30 plus 50,
Ma'am, 44, 45.
45. 45.
45.
Very good. So if you are increasing the credit period, naturally you are expecting that if customer is happy, then he will be buying more and more from me. So he will buy a bit more. So how much he will buy a bit more? 12,000 rupees sales will be increased. So 12,000 rupees plus 2 lakh for 2 lakh 40 he will buy. Normal sales is there only. You don't have to consider only 12,000. Normal sales means 2 lakh 40. And he says relevant increase over the normal sales means above the normal sales. Normal sales के ऊपर. So you have to consider normal sales, and relevant increase is 12,000. So 2 lakh 40 plus 12,000 is 2 lakh 32,000. Are you getting my example?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Second option. If company wants to increase a bit more of the sales, then suppose company wants to increase sales over the normal sales 18,000, then they will have to give 30 days extra. So 30 plus 30, 60 days means 2
60.
months. Yes. Okay. Next, if they want to increase the sales over the normal sales at the rate rupees 21,000, then 45 days extra will be given to the customers. So 30 plus 45 means 95. And if you want to increase the sales over the normal sales at the rate rupees 24,000, then you have to give them extra credit period of extra credit number of days, that is 60 days. So 30 is already there, 60 will be given extra. So 30 plus 60 is 120, sorry 90. Okay, the PV ratio of company is 33.33 percentage, and the company expects the pre-tax returns of 20 percentage on investment. On investment, pre-tax return, that means opportunity cost. So you have to pay attention. You will say opportunity cost is not given, but it is given. Pre-tax return on investment is nothing but opportunity cost. So evaluate the above four alternatives, means four different options, and advise the management which one would be the better by assuming 360 days in a year. Okay. Now, what we will do is we will quickly draw the lines. There are four options here available, and one present policy is there, and one column of particulars. So, how many columns in all? See, particulars, present policy, and then option number 1, 2, 3, 4. So, how many columns in all? How many columns?
Ma'am, 6.
6. Very good. But how you need to draw, I will tell you. Wait. See, it is there only. See, can you see how beautifully they have made, how clean and neat it is? So same way you have to do. See, draw the column of first. Look at the columns first. Particulars, then present policy, then proposed policy. Now, proposed policy is divided into four types. Proposed means we are thinking to keep this policy. Proposed, okay, in the future. So proposed policy is divided into four types. Option number 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you have to write under particulars column, you have to write credit period. Present policy will give you how many days of credit period? 30 days. So you will write 30 days in the present policy. Okay, option number gives you how many days? 30 is given. See, written, huh? It is written clearly. Proposed increase in the credit period beyond 30 days. 30 plus 15, 45. See, option number 1, 45. Option number 2, 30 plus 30, 60. Option number 3, 30 plus 45, 75. Can you see here 75 number of days? Compulsory. This column is very compulsory. You have to make it. You can't just be like it is understood. No, you have to make it. If it is given directly, then too you have to make it. Okay. So credit period, present policy 30 days. Option number 1, 45 days. Option number 2, 60 days. Option number 3, 75 days. And look at option number 4, 30 plus 60, it becomes 90 days. Okay. Is it clear now? So after that, we will start with our format. So up till here, you have to make. Come on, I'm giving you 2 minutes to make up to here. 2 minutes, huh? Come on, be quick. Done up to here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so quickly begin with the Format. Format starts with sales. Come on. Go on writing now. Sales. Now tell me, present policy. Present policy has what amount of sales?
2,40,000.
Write
2,40,000.
down. Very good. Write down 2,40,000. Now option number 1, sales. First we will complete all the sales. All the sales of every row. Present policy option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. Now come to option number 1. He says the relevant increase over the normal sales is rupees 12,000 in first option. Now it is not just 12,000. You have to add this 12,000 in the normal sales because he says the relevant increase over the normal sales means usse upar, above the normal sales. So 2,40,000 will be there. You have to add 2,40,000 into 12,000. So what amount?
2,52,000.
Very good, very good. So in the option number 1, you will write 2,52,000. Next option. Second option, relevant increase in sales over the normal sales. Come on, tell me how much? 18,000.
Ma'am, 18,000.
Yes. So 2,40,000 plus 18,000 is how much?
2,58,000.
Very good. 2,58,000. Next, third, 21,000 has to be increased. So 2,40,000 plus 21.
2,61,000.
Very good. And last 24,000 has to be increased. 2,40,000
2
plus
lakh
24.
2,64,000.
Very good. 2,64,000. Now write down less variable cost. Less variable cost. Now tell me, variable cost, where is it? Tell me where is it? This is your question. Tell me where is your variable cost and fixed cost? Come on, quickly. Let me see if you can understand by yourself. Otherwise, I'm here to tell you. But please, I want to try it. I want to see you whether, you can give me the answer. Yes? I want you to try at least for once whether you can find out. Tell me, where is variable cost and where is fixed cost? Okay, I'll give you a hint. PV ratio of the company is 33.33%.
Ma'am, cross.
Yes. So, but what we will do? Exactly what you want to do.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
variable is equal to 33%.
What is the
Contribution
Sales 100.
What is the formula of PV ratio?
contribution
sales
divided by sales
uh,
into 100.
Very
100.
good. Very good. Contribution upon sales into 100. So what you will do? You will start making a working note here. Working note number 1. This is sum number 2. Okay. Now what you will do is, see, very simple. First of all, PV ratio is given. So here you will write PV ratio is equals to contribution upon sales into 100. Okay. Now present policy. Present policy. Or else I will write here PP. PP means present policy. Okay. Now what is PV ratio of present policy? 33.33. Okay, is equals to what is contribution? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to search. What is sales of present policy? It is given. Sales of present policy. Yes. If two things are given and one thing is to be found out, it is very easy then. It becomes very easy when at least two things are given. So 2,40,000 into 100. So please remember, if it is in the form of percentage, so percent already into 100. Why we do into 100? Just because to get the percentage. Now already it is given in the form of percentage. 33.33, it is given in the form of percentage. Now what you will do, 33.33 percentage will go at the place of sales, cross multiply, no? So contribution upon sales. So PV ratio will be cross multiplied with sales and sales will come up. PV ratio will go down. So how we will write here? Therefore sales is equals to contribution means C. Sorry, sales is how much?
2,40,000.
40,000.
Okay. So contribution has to be found out. No, sorry. So this is contribution upon 2,40,000. Now 2,40,000 will go to 33.33 percentage. No, so it will be cross multiplied, because this is in the form of division. Divide by 2,40,000. Now this divide by 2,40,000, if it is going to the opposite side of the what to say equals to sign, then it will become multiplied. Then it will be in the form of multiplication. So what will be the answer of contribution? 2,40,000 into 33.33 percentage. See, 2,40,000 into 33.33 percentage. Because what happens when you cross multiply? See, this is the formula, no? Contribution upon sales. So when you cross multiply, contribution will come here and PV ratio will come here. So it is divide by sales. Now it will be multiplied by sales. So PV ratio into sales. So this is what you have to do. Now what we will do, how we will solve? Therefore contribution is equals to 2,40,000, because it was divided by 2,40,000. Now it will be multiplied by 2,40,000. So 2,40,000 multiplied with 33.333333 percentage. So in Calci, remember, it has to be recurring. For writing, it is to be 33.33 percentage. But in Calci, you have to do 33.33333 percentage. Do it and tell me what is the contribution. What is the contribution? Come on, tell me.
79,982.
Repeat again.
79,992.
Yeah, means it becomes 80,000, no? 79,999. If you add some rupees like 1 rupee or 8 rupees, it will give you 80,000 rupees. Make it round figure, no? 79,999 means what? 80,000.
80,000.
Yeah,
Yes,
make it round figure. It is because 333333 is recurring, no? So therefore 79,999 answer is there. Okay. So you have to round figure it, 80,000. So contribution you have got 80,000, no? Now similarly you have to find it for option 1, 2, 3, 4. So option 1, what is the PV ratio? So therefore contribution is equals to, tell me what is the PV ratio, what is the sales of first option? What is the sales of first option? Come on quickly.
2,52,000.
2,52,000 into PV ratio 33.33 percentage. So tell me the answer of contribution in the option number 1 case. Present policy, it is rupees 80,000. Now tell me in option number 1. It should not take that long time. Come on, do it. 2,52,000 into 33 point. Put 33333333 percentage.
8,399.16.
83,099.99 ऐसा 99.
Okay, 83,999, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So it is 84,000. Correct? 83,999 means what? 84,000, na?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. Okay, next. Next, option number two. Option number two. Contribution is equals to sales. So what was sales in option number two? Come on, quickly tell me.
2,58,000.
So 2,58,000 into 33.33333 percentage. Come on, tell me fast.
Ma'am, 85,991.4.
86,000.
Point. Don't tell me after point what is there. Tell me 85,999.
Okay, ma'am.
Is it there 85,999?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So it
ma'am.
is
Ma'am,
86,000.
86.
If you just add rupee 1, it will give you 86,000 round figure. 85,999 means what? Just rupee 1 difference is there, no? Just give them rupee 1 and then give it round figure. Convert it into round figure. Now option number 3. What is sales in option number 3? What is sales in option number 3?
2,61,000.
Okay. So 2,61,000 into 33.3333 recurring percentage.
87.
Very good.
87,000.
So 86,999 means 87. Last, option number 4. Option number 4. Tell me, what is the sales of option number 4?
2,64,000.
2,64,000 into 33.33 recurring percentage. So what will,
88,000.
sorry,
88,000.
88.
Ma'am, 88,000.
Okay, did you get what, how did we solve? I hope you are understanding now.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is how we need to solve our contribution. So write down contribution in first case, PP. Wait, wait. We were here. Less variable cost, but it is not given. Wait and leave it. Blank. Leave this column blank. Now come to the next line, write contribution. Come to the next line, write contribution. And below variable cost, you have to draw a line. Just as you see on the screen. Look at the screen. After variable cost, there is a line drawn. And write down contribution is equals to, tell me, present policy. How much is the contribution?
80,000.
Very good. Write down 80,000. What is option number 1 contribution?
84,000.
Very good. What is contribution of option number 2?
86,000.
Go on writing also. Very good. So option number 3, 87.
87,000.
And option number 4, 88. Okay. Now see, sales is there and contribution is there. You just have to deduct both of them. You will get variable cost. See, sales is 2,40,000. Contribution is 80 in the first case, present policy. So 2,40,000 minus 80 will give you the variable cost. Tell me what is variable cost?
1,60,000 in
Very
present
good.
policy.
Yeah. In present policy, 1,60,000, but you have to keep this 1,60,000 in the bracket because variable cost is deducted. Second, means option number 1. 2,52,000 minus 84,000. Sales minus contribution will give you variable cost. Come on, do it. Tell me variable cost of option 1.
1,68,000.
1,68,000.
Bracket, bracket. 1,68,000 in the bracket. Next, option number 2. 2,58,000 sales minus variable cost 86. Sorry, contribution 86.
1,72,000.
Variable cost
In
will be
bracket.
1,72,000 in the bracket. Option number 3. What is the answer of variable cost?
1,74,000.
Very good. And option number 4.
1,76,000.
Very good. This is how we have calculated contribution. Now tell me, look by looking at the question, is fixed cost given in the question? Come on, quickly. Yes, no, something.
No, ma'am,
No,
not given.
no, not given means contribution only will be my benefit. So what you have to do after contribution, just put a slash like this. I will show you. See, you have written contribution, no? You have already written contribution like this. Just put one slash and write benefits. That means this is only my contribution and this is only my profit. And after this, put a bracket and write down block A. This is known as block A.
Ma'am, repeat.
Look at the screen, you will understand. Shubham, look at the screen. You have already written
Yes, ma'am.
contribution, no, in the particulars column.
Yes, ma'am.
Now you have to give another name to the contribution because fixed cost is not given. So contribution will be
Yes,
my
ma'am.
benefits. Both answers will be same, no, because fixed cost is 0. So suppose
Yes, ma'am.
contribution is 88,000. 88,000 minus 0, my benefit will be 88,000.
88.
So again and again, don't keep on writing because it is just a waste of time. Like writing down fixed expenses or fixed cost 0,000 and then writing down the benefits as same as contribution. It will be waste of time, no? So do shortcut. What we will do, we will give another name to contribution. So contribution, just put one slash and then write down benefits and put it in block A.
Yes,
Block means what? You've already draw a line above the amount of the contribution. Draw a line below that also. That means it should look like a box. 80,000 in a box, 84,000 in a box, 86,000 in a box. So a line above and a line below. And in the middle part, you have to write the amount of contribution. You've already written the amount of contribution. Just put one line above and one line below. So that's known as block. Did you understand this much? Yes or no?
yes, ma'am.
Now, the second part after this block, the second part is to calculate average investment in debtors. Write down average investment in debtors in particulars column only. Average investment in debtors. Now tell me, which formula has to be applied? Which formula? There are two options of calculation of average investment in debtors. There are two
Same.
options.
Formula number 2.
Yes, case number 2 means formula number 2. Very good. Why formula number 2 has to be applied in this sum? Because
Fixed cost is not given.
because only variable cost is given and fixed cost is not given. Because only variable cost is given. So when only variable cost will be given, you have to take the base of sales. Write down in the bracket, just as you see on the screen. Write down average investment in receivables or debtors. It is one and the same thing. Bracket based on sales. Because since means because fixed cost is not given. Write down based on sales since fixed cost is not given. Now what you have to do? Look at the screen. You have to do it same way. Which formula has to be applied? See formula total sales into number of days divided by number of days in a year for each one of them. For present policy, for option number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Same formula for everyone, I mean for each one of them, but amounts will be different because sales is different. Number of credit period is different. Okay, so answers will be naturally different. Write down in the present policy. Write down what is sales. We don't have to write this formula. It is just for you to understand. Or if you want to write it somewhere like below the table. Just to make you understand, I have given you the formula. See guys, less than 1 minute is pending. Uh, if it is, I mean, the lecture becomes over, then we will join after 5 minutes break. Okay. Write down. Meanwhile, write down. 2,40,000 is the sales in present policy into what is credit period? 30 days. divided by 360 days. Now it is given in the question, na? Assume 360 days in a year. Assume 360 days in a year means you have to take 360, not 365. So 2,40,000 into 30 divided by 360. So what should be the answer? Here only, in this block only. See, in this box only. Rupees 20,000. Is it the correct one? Have you got the same answer?
Yes, ma'am.